Welcome back for another video. I'm Rob, this is Sigma 3 Survival School, and today I just wanted to quickly talk about one of my biggest fears. You know, I eat a lot of fatty red meat. My household, we tend to eat a lot of red meat. We lean more towards a carnivore, paleo style diet, and I can't help but thinking when I'm sitting here at the house, you know, eating a big ribeye by myself, that this sucker could take me out. You know, I could literally choke to death on this. And so I wanted to get a device that could help me in case of a situation like that where either myself or any of my loved ones were choking. And I found a device called the DeChoker, which is basically like a plunger for your face. And it can help you in situations, you know, choking situations, especially if you're solo, which was kind of my primary concern with this, or dealing with my children when pats on the back, you know, aren't working. There's approximately 12 to 16,000 different choking incidents here in the US every single year with kids, and about one kid every week chokes to death, either on a toy or some kind of food. So I looked into some devices, found the DeChoker. They come in different sizes. They got the adult, and then they've got toddler and infant versions. So just wanted to share this device with you and show you kind of how it works.
Now a scary moment at a restaurant as a 10-month-old baby starts choking on a piece of pancake, and practically all of the other diners rush to try to help. But when the Heimlich maneuver didn't work, a simple device that you may not have heard of saved the day.
It's a family crisis that's unfolding in real time. A mother is patting her 10-month-old baby boy on the back after he starts choking on a piece of pancake.
We kind of hit him on the back, thought, okay, he's got this, he's gonna get it down.
But the little guy's parents, John and Jane Kohler, quickly realize this is serious.
He was turning blue, and it happened really fast. You can see on the video where I turn him over, and at that point, he looked really bad. Like, I thought, okay, this is not good, and that's when I yelled for help.
You can see the look of horror on the people around them as mom and dad start delivering back blows.
Hitting him hard, and nothing was working. At that point, Gabriel is unconscious.
Eyes rolled back.
Eyes rolled back in his head, completely limp, blue from head to toe. I thought that he was gonna die.
Panic erupts. Now, watch as this guy leaps from his table at the Eggs Up Grill in Ballantyne, South Carolina.
I could hear immediately in her voice it was not a good situation.
But he's not going towards the commotion. He's going outside. Then he runs back in. He's got something in his hands. But what is it? He tells mom to put little Gabriel on the table.
I'll never forget she lifted him up and trusted me to like a last hope.
Major Hillard had a device in his car called a life vac, which he suctioned to little Gabriel's mouth. You can hear mom's panicked plea. Strangers consoled the distraught mother. After several plunges of the device, a miracle.
As soon as I did that last pull, his eyes popped open and he started gasping for air.
Mom and dad embrace in relief.
Man, there is just nothing more emotional than, you know, watching videos of seeing children in life-threatening situations and you being helpless, you know, to fix that situation for them. You know, that you can watch videos all day long on YouTube of kids choking on either a toy, you know, some kind of food, and parents absolutely freaking out. You know, a lot of people don't have medical training. They don't properly know how to do the Heimlich maneuver. You know, I'm a former wilderness EMT, and my fiance, you know, works in the medical industry. And so, you know, we're pretty well prepared in this house, but, you know, it's a scary thought thinking about, you know, your kid possibly choking to death. And so I wanted to empower you with a device that you could have at your house, carry in your car, that's relatively cheap, you know, that you could use to save, you know, either a family member's or someone else's life if you're just out at a restaurant. So let me let this doctor, you know, from DeChoker actually show you how it works, and then we'll wrap it up.
My name is Dr. Randall Snook, and I'm going to introduce you to the DeChoker device today and show you how to use this device in a choking emergency. Let's first talk about the device itself, and I'll point out some of the parts of this device. the application tube. This is really like a tongue depressor, the mask, which creates a seal, and then the plunger, which pulls air through the tubing to try to withdraw the obstruction. And of course the exhaust valve, so that you can actually push air back out through this instead of back into the patient's mouth. If you simply take one of the dechokers and put your finger in the airway and pull back, if you notice, I can't pull back. That's the kind of generation of pressure that you can get with this thing. This valve, this one-way valve, will actually push air out of the tubing and not back into the mouth. If I clamp the one-way valve and I try to push on the plunger, I can't do that. If you notice, I cannot push that through. So that tells you that this one-way valve is actually going to, when in the right position, push air out of the valve. You probably heard that, how that pushed that out. So let me demonstrate the dechoker. It's a very simple device. I think you're going to find it really easy to use. Well, as you approach the choking victim, of course, make sure their mouth's open. If they're conscious, you ask them to open their mouth. If they're not, you're going to have to open it yourself. And you're going to use the device like a tongue depressor and push down the tongue to insert that into the mouth. The mask needs to cover both the mouth and the nose to get a good seal. You push the head back, tilt the chin up, and after applying some firm pressure to get a good seal, pull back on the device. Now you can check to see if you actually got the obstruction out. If you didn't, pushing the plunger through is going to go through the exhaust valve. Again, you can go back in, get a tight seal on both the mouth and nose, pull back on the device. Well, as you can see, I got it out the first time, and the obstruction is now in the device. I'm excited about the dechoker because I think there's finally an alternative to the abdominal thrust. The abdominal thrust always relied on the air in the lungs to be pushed against the obstruction to force it out. The dechoker works on the opposite side to suck the actual obstruction out of the trachea. I think this is going to save a lot of lives.
All right, thanks for joining in. Hopefully that tool was helpful. I'll provide some links down in the description below if you want to pick one of these up. And as always, we appreciate you. If you need some survival training, check out survivalschool.us, and y'all have a great day. Thanks. Sigma 3 out.